We all know that parents teach kids what's right and what's wrong in life. But the question is, who teaches them their ABCs or 1, 2, 3s? Teachers do, right? In the 18th century, female teachers were farmers or innkeepers, and they didn't have advanced education. Their pay was 1/3 of what men were paid. Female teachers were more successful at teaching young girls because they could relate to them and they have a special bond. Women taught what was called dame schools. Female teachers weren't treated very well. Little boys teased them because of being a female teacher. They didn't accept them, or they would simply just walk out on them, or even damage their classroom property. But a lot has changed since the 18th century with the role of being a female teacher. Many students respond differently to male and female teachers for various reasons. So there are times when a female teacher can help reach a certain student, times when a male teacher is better to communicate with certain students. But even today, women are still expected to be the primary caretakers at home. Although they have demonstrated that they are just as capable as men in education, they are still expected to be the more available parent. Men don't face this pressure. When a man has children, he continues to work or pursue his profession without real expectation that he will choose one over the other, or that his schedule will change just because of his new role as a parent. Let's meet one fabulous female teacher and see how her life is. Erica Remillard. Erica Remillard is a middle school science teacher in Minneapolis. When Erica was very young, she thought she'd grow up to be an art teacher. In fact, she wanted to do art and nothing else, least of all science, because she believed it was too creative to waste her time doing science. It wasn't until she started going to college when she realized there was art in science, changed from being an art major to a science major. This new challenge actually motivated her to work harder. So she wondered how many kids were missing the opportunity to see science from a different perspective. So that's when she decided to teach. She wanted to reach out to students who aren't already in love with science and help them see from a different, non-conventional perspective. So she went to school to become a science teacher. Erica is happy as a teacher, but she believes today that women in all professions still have to struggle with the more role responsibilities. Before she became a teacher, she worked in the lab with a lot of male scientists. And if they had children, they had wives that took care of the kids. Most of the other women in the lab were young and had chosen lab life rather than family life. She had 2 young children, and most of the time, lab staff would wonder why she would even consider life research when she had 2 young children at home. There was a lot to talk about how impossible it was to be a research scientist and a good parent. A lot of the male scientists were parents too, but their wives took on the responsibility of childcare and whatever else needed to be done.
We all know it's much, much easier to agree with the majority, especially under the social pressures of middle school. It's awesome to have a different voice than everyone else. It gets people thinking. Those are the voices that change things.
As a teacher, Erica doesn't have to worry about that. She hopes to inspire students to challenge themselves, to open up their minds, to think critically, and to dare differently than the rest of the gang. I hope you liked my explanation of a female teacher's life, past and present. I learned that teachers' role is very important, because without them, children wouldn't be able to learn and have academic skills. Female teachers take the time and effort to help educate children while balancing their own lives and staying positive.